This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
And see it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey, everybody on the other side of the camera. Happy Friday. How are you doing out there? It is Friday again. Fridays are going by too fast. Well, it's always a joy to see everybody. It just reminds you how quickly time flies. Actually got my son and his fiance upstairs. They came into town here. He's in town for the weekend. But they're taking care of some wedding things. If you don't know, my son, my baby of the family, my youngest, who's 28, is getting married the week before I go to Getz. So it's going to be a really crazy week. We're marrying off my son, and then Joyce and I are heading to the UK to go to Getz. Anyhow, how is everybody? Let me go straight into greetings based on what I have on my list here. I do the alphabetical, so Joyce was messing around and typed in a couple hours ago when I set this up. But yeah, we got Carl from Bangotcha Junction. Always an honor to see you, sir. Andy, the hot dog pilot. Great to see you, my friend. Kieran, J94. Longtime friend. I hope you're doing well, Kieran. Somebody named Trainwork just came in at the top. That's nice to have you in, Trainwork. Ifo, hope you are enjoying your vacation. I'm enjoying the little shorts. The only thing I would criticize, if I dare criticize, is you're doing your portrait to get the shorts, but you're showing one little part of that train. I want to see the whole thing, man. I want to see that all the way across. So Kieran is here. Jean Ricard, my good friend, how are you? Joel Eisenrich, welcome in. Is that formerly Joel YT? Joseph Agliato, our Sergeant at Arms for the Knights of the Rhomboid Table, is here. We got to come up with a theme song, you know, sort of like Camelot. Well, Knights of the Rhomboid Table, we're ready, we're able. Ian from King Fox Junction, how wonderful to see you here, sir. I hope you're well. I see you on Facebook and that, but it is nice to see you popping in here, always. You've been busy and up and down, but it's great to have you here. Great to have you here. Kiwi Dave, another wonder from down under. Leslie Gilpin, another great video today. My compliments sound superlative anymore and redundant because I'm just giving them all the time. Dwight from Curly Express just popped in. Andy from March West Junction, congratulations on the little Hornby, was it Hornby magazine or was it Hornby trains that gave you the nod out? I've all of a sudden forgot because it's been kind of a weird day today. But Andy March West Junction is here. Mick from 92 is here, our buddy Mick. I always want to say your full old name, but there we go. Model Railway Shed, Dino, my good friend Dino, how are you? Split Rock has popped in today. Great to see you there. And I would not be a live streamer without one of my best and longest friends on YouTube, Tim JD. How are you, sir? Tom Couples, what are you doing here on my live stream when you're out celebrating your golden anniversary? You need to be focused on what's important. Or maybe you are. Train Man 1, welcome in. Chris from Valleys, how are you? And Martin from Vintage Märklin and Motor Classics, how wonderful to see you. Always love watching your old tin plates and the old Märklins. I don't know anything about that on some American channels because I'm the only one they know that does Märklin and 3-rail. I always get said, and here's Anthony, the 3-rail expert. And I'm like, I don't know a darn thing. Oh, here's Anthony, he's a Märklin expert. I don't know a darn thing. It's EFO and Raymond Legs and people like you that grew up with Märklin and lived it. You guys know it. I only know what I've been told or I've read or what little I've learned playing with Märklin. And I've tried to share that with friends and family who know less than I do, which is kind of where I got going on YouTube, was just trying to explain what I was into and meet some people because I was on an island here. Although actually it's more of a peninsula, but that's a different story. Stuart, great to have you. Nick from Rule 1, great to see you online again. Raymond Anthony, how are you, sir? Raymond, I have sort of good news and bad news. I've got 6 radius 2 curves. 9, I'm sorry, not 6, 9. What I thought were, well, technically they were radius 2. I thought they were 230s. I've got another box of 6 224s. So I was thinking those were 230s, but they're 224s. If you want them, they're yours. But otherwise, I'll send you the 9. I was digging through some stuff because under my tables is a disaster area as I have been trying to clear things. I'm trying to get ready to start working on the Fowler car system. I know I keep saying that, but I've got so many projects going here. Doing the bedroom, trying to get ready to get my driveway redone. And then Joyce says, oh, let's go out of town and go kayaking for 3 days. Okay. And all of a sudden my plans go out the window. So I'll blame her. And of course I'm just lazy. Who else just came in? Let me pop on. Oh, Tammy and Ray, Mom and Train Sons are here. And I think I've covered everybody that I saw pop in, but it's wonderful to have you all here. I don't have anything too illustrious to talk about. I did get some add-ons to the trains that I was sent by Horst, that I picked up from Horst. He got me a couple of more cars. One of them needs an interior. I have to put an interior in. It's just the shell and the chassis, but not the interiors. It's missing the interior seating, but I can either 3D print those or find something online. But be that as it may, I'm not running that stuff today, so that'll wait for another day. But it's just, it's one of those little stories that make me smile in life. And yesterday I got a call from Jean Ricard, so we got to talk for a while. Today, Alan Wiles from Dragon Junction called me, which I wasn't in a bad mood, but just cheered me up. So it's all good. It's great to have you here to watch me and listen to me blather. Tammy, you got the little stuff I sent you. I really wish I could send more. I just, I don't have the DC stuff that would work on your layout, and all my stuff's German, so I don't know that it would look right on an American layout. But so I just sent some knickknacks I thought you and Ray might just find kind of fun or silly as may be. Hey, Anfield Road. Lee, how are you, sir? Great to have you here. You know, my problem is I look at the screen and not the camera, so I don't know if my eye contact works. So anyhow, let's stop the blathering. I'll just get straight to trains. I don't have a lot. Joyce and I are working on another video, a song parody. So I'm hoping I'll be able to drop that this weekend for those of you that like our song parodies. If you don't like our song parodies, then you probably shouldn't be subscribed to my channel, because I do more song parodies than I do serious train videos. So we'll see. And I've got nothing happening. I don't have any new stock coming in for a while. I think the next new stock that I officially would expect is whatever I buy at Getz in October. So I've run that gamut. So now I can maybe try to get focused and start working on the layout. Hey, Raymond Legs is here. How are you? Yeah, I saw that. Was it a 182.2 or a 181.2? But I did see that. I've seen all your videos you've posted. And I try to comment on everything, just because I always leave a like. I always leave a comment. I watch all videos. There are a couple of channels where I watch every video, but I don't always leave a comment because sometimes I don't know what to say. Because they do train videos, but they do all sorts of other things mixed in with it, and I just like, cool. And I don't say that in a negative way. So anyhow, what are we running today? Well, today we have got a Austrian Railjet running in front of you on lane 1, so we will get him going. And then I brought my beloved ICE 3 out, so I will put him in motion. I really should slow these guys down, for camera's sake. And then it's been a couple of weeks. I haven't run freight, so I put up a freight train for those of you that got to have your freight fixed. So I did put a freight train in for you all. Oop, that's probably too fast for him now. And I'll let him get out of the way, but it is a long freight train. I'm going to switch my main screen on to, there we go, live chat. Oh, you're doing a Kessel. And yes, Tim JD and others, you saw it. I am running some steam today. So we will get the steamer going. I'm running my Rheingold with the 18.5. My deluxe one. Very pretty one. This is probably my favorite steamer. Come on, you are a deluxe. You can go a little fast. I guess I should crank up the speed on them a bit. Uh-oh, what'd you do? Oh. Huh, slipping there. I just cleaned the track, so... That's funny. And then I haven't run this guy since I've been back from Germany, so I'm running the Czech Railjet. So let me get the Czech Railjet in motion. And then way in the back, gotta make sure I got him going the right way. I'm running a... What am I hearing clicking? Sounds like I hear something bumping, but everything's good. I did not get to, I keep saying this lately, I did not get a chance to fully run them in because I've had visits. Oh, you almost got a TGV. That would have been cool. Rheingold, check the brakes. So I'm not running my Austrian. I finally, after 4 weeks since I've been back from Germany, I am not running my Austrian cars for the first time, so they're finally getting a rest. Let's go to the multi-view here for a bit, and you could just kind of pick which frame you want to focus on. Oh, I know what I forgot. There's 2 other trains I did not start up yet. I guess I should get them going. Okay. So now I can finally catch up on the chat. So yes. You could sell a Metcalf Castle. Oh, you had a good one too, Ian. So yes, I'm running one freight train, run steamer. The big question is, did I put, well, I've got a DMU, but that's the only diesel I have out. Everything else is electric. So I've got one diesel, but it's a DMU, not a diesel locomotive. So if you love your diesel, I did not hook you up as well as you would have liked. But yes, I'm running a nice... Okay, who's derailed? I think it's the Czech dude. Well, if he did, he re-railed, because that's good. I'm hearing things. I must be uptight. My hearing is on ultra focus here. But yeah, let's go and let's get some close-up of some of the guys and what's happening here. But down on the floor cam, we've got the Mallard running with the, so we got some steam down there. So we're actually running 2 steam trains today. UK steam, a little UK steam, a little old German steam. Although, can you call it old? I mean, it's post-World War II steam, but, you know. Oh, no, it's post-World War I steam is what I meant. It's late 1920s, 1930s. And we got that gorgeous Azuma 800 that I love so much. Yeah, there it was, Ian. I remember you building it. Hey, Ray Bertelson, how are you? Floating in the back. Yeah, I heard it for a split second, Jean-Ricard, and then it seems to have re-railed itself. And it was going over a point when it did that, so I don't know if it bumped on the point then, but now... Oh. I did not... I ran these in each about a lap. Normally I run them about 5-10 minutes, but I did each one lap, and then I lined them up for the video because I was just... Joyce is like, hey, your son's coming over... Our son is coming over, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, get ready what you got to get ready. So I like, okay, each one lap. Okay, they look good. Yesterday I would have run them with Cayenne, but Cayenne, we never came downstairs. Actually, we did come downstairs, and Cayenne helped me change the trains because I didn't change them out on Wednesday. So I changed the trains yesterday with Cayenne, but I didn't run them in. All right, so Tom Couples is heading back off. Train work, will these run on US DCC specs? The short answer is no, because US DCC is 2-rail and my trains are 3-rail. But you can get these in... Actually, these 2 trains I'm showing now would run on US DCC specs. But if I go to my other trains, like all these guys here, they will run on, they have to be 3-rail, but there are 2-rail versions. Like for all my Märklin trains, there's a company called Trix that makes almost all these trains in 2-rail, all my Märklin trains in 2-rail. If I have Roco, well, Roco makes mostly 2-rail. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try this. If you're sensitive to motion sickness, I might make you sick for a second, but here, I want to show you this. This is my controller. Let me put this in the steadier hand. This is my controller. This is called the Central Station 3. But if you look over here, it says DCC. So this has a DCC decoder in it. Then over here, it says MFX. That has an MFX decoder. Now, I can't speak for the American ones. There I am. I can't speak for the American companies that have... I just accidentally rebooted something. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, well. I wonder what I did. I must have bumped the plug here. Sorry about that, guys, because, yeah, I was messing with that down there. So So I've got to wait for my system to completely reboot now, because I completely shut my system off. I want to see what happened. Okay, somebody derailed. So let me see what happened. All right, let me turn on the floor cam while you guys while I deal with this. Sorry about this. Aha! We see right away what happened. Dude, what happened? Huh, what's going on with this point? That's weird. Sorry about that. You get to see my socks for a second, but... Okay, my Rheingold locomotive derailed. All right, let's see if that fixed the problem. I'll see what I can get going again. Okay, come on, dude. Why are you being so fussy today? Okay, so let me go back to the multi-view. My Rheingold derailed. The locomotive derailed. Not quite sure what happened, but it hit the same point where that Railjet was acting up. So I just got to re-adapt a couple of guys real quick. Bear with me. What's a live feed without a little oopsies, right? I'm going to... that's what I thought. So sorry. Okay. Hey, welcome in, Andy Dobson. All right, do I have everybody back in motion now? I think so. Sorry about that. It's been a while, and my Rheingold locomotive derailed and did it on a point that it was crossing. It wasn't even changing in the point, and the point looks like it's close and fine, but whatever happened, it bumped something going into that point and derailed and Andy, I am running 6 on the main table and 2 more on the floor, so it's a total of 8. I'm running 8 trains. Well, Piko runs a lot in DC that you can run on, and Piko also has a lot that's basically analog that doesn't come with the decoder. Now, the problem is, of course, if you live in the United States, it's getting it. There are shops you can order from, but unfortunately, you pay a premium price. I order all my stuff straight from Germany, and I get it faster and cheaper than if I ordered from the United States. And I know that sounds horrible. Support your local shop. Well, I don't have a local shop, and the local shop that would have what I want is 4.5 hours away in Chicago, Illinois, or actually outside Chicago, Illinois. And I'm sorry, guys. wallets talk, and if I can save $150 by buying it straight from Germany and get it a month sooner than I would get it from Chicago, I'm buying it from Germany. But, yeah, my shop is Modellbahn Shop Lippe, and I do have arguments with some of my German friends who like to say, oh, Besserer Preise is cheaper, and I'm like, every time I do a comparison, Besserer Preise is more expensive. But yeah, I order from Germany, although there is a shop that does sell Märklin stuff, but it's mostly older stuff. They don't sell the modern passenger stuff that I collect. You know, they will sell new releases as long as it's Era 2 and 3 and 4, but they don't get a lot of the Era 6 new releases at their shop. But Joyce and I will go there a couple of times a year and buy track or scenery or people or things like that just to support our local shop, even though it's still 2 hours and whatever away. Raymond, do they have it on sale there? Yeah. Oh, so you bought the, because Märklin and Trix just re-released a new model, new molding, and with new motor, decoder, and everything of the big boy last year. It was expensive, but they do have it. Euromodel Trains is a good shop. I will never quote badmouth. I won't badmouth any of the American shops, although occasionally I might sound grumpy towards Renaud's, which is west of Chicago. Renaud's is a good shop, and they have one of the biggest selections of European-based trains in the United States. There's a couple of shops like Micro Macro Mundo World, which is also Roco USA, down in Florida, that says they're bigger and have more. They can argue it out. My problem with Renaud's is that they don't have bad customer service. They don't have anything I would say is bad, except they don't know what. Like a guy will say, yeah, I've got 3 in stock here. And then 3 weeks later, after you bought one, he says, oh, we don't have it in stock. It's like, you just told me on the phone you had it in stock. And sometimes it takes them a while to ship things out. But that is my only problem with them, is a lot of times at Renaud's, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing, and vice versa. They're a good shop. Lots of stock. I have bought many things from them over the years when I couldn't get it from Lippe because I was late in the hobby and Renaud's had it in and Lippe had already sold out. So I have bought things from them. And it's just sometimes shipping seems to take longer than it should. Usually it's at least 2 weeks from the time I place an order to the time it shows up, and that's if they have it in stock, even after they told me. Now, there's a shop in Texas I think is awesome. It's the best customer service. They have a good selection, not the biggest, but they're still very good, and that's AJ and C Kids, which is Annie, Jewel, and Charlie, and Kids. AJC Kids is their online name. They're a great shop. Excellent customer service. They just don't have the biggest stock of 3-rail. They do have a good selection. They're an excellent shop. Excellent customer service. Competitive prices on the North American continent. And I think they're awesome. I think they're the best shop in the United States. That's my personal opinion. And then the one up in Canada, I think ever since he moved, shipping prices just are prohibitive. He used to have excellent prices, and shipping from the Canadian side of Seattle. Oh, well, thank you for that. Yeah, Renaud's does have a lot of helpful information. They do. It's just if you call them and talk to them or you order online, you may not get what they say they have. In other words, you buy it, and then they'll turn around and say, we don't have it. You'll have to wait a few weeks till we get it in. Eurotrain Hobby and Trans Euro Network are also good. Yeah, Trans Euro is good. I bought my Railjet from them. My Railjet is from Trans European Express or Trans Euro Rail Hobbies. I should say that. I bought the cars. I bought the locomotive from Lipa, but I got the car set from Trans-European. And here's the funny thing, and I've talked about before at Raymond. The funny thing is, I live in Toledo, Ohio, and Trains used to run a shop here in Toledo. He's from the Toledo area. And he was here in the Toledo area, and he moved down to Georgia. I think Buford, Georgia. And he's a nice guy. I've called him and talked to him to try to find things over the years. But he is, in my opinion, overly expensive. You can get things cheaper from Renaud's, unless he has a clearance sale. But I just think he way overcharges his European stuff. I've never seen something he's had that I couldn't get cheaper elsewhere. Z-Scale Hobo. Yeah, my shop in Medina, Ohio actually has a decent Z-Scale, but they also have a lot of G-Scale with LGB and Piko G-Scale. They have a hefty supply of Märklin, but it's a very eclectic mix of newer Märklin and lots of older Märklin stuff. You know, earlier 2000s, some stuff from the 1990s. They definitely don't have anything pre-90s at their shop anymore. Yeah, and the thing is, what's funny, Dwight, is I disable that. And YouTube says no, because your channel is this, it's there. I have shut it off. Rick Foltz told me how to, Rick Bailey, I'm sorry, I said Rick Foltz. Rick from Foltz Bailey Railway. But he told me how to shut it off, and I went in and disabled it, and then the next live stream, it's enabled again. That's true, Raymond. So let me catch up with the chat. I got distracted with everything going, and now there's not a lot of people here, and there's not many talking, so I should go back and see what I missed. The River Rossi re-release. Yeah, because isn't that the one that Alan at Dragon Junction got? He got the River Rossi big boy. Yeah. Okay, so quick, somebody ring Network Rail. Yeah, that was, you know, I knock on wood. If you've been here a long time, like Tim JD, most of my live streams, my trains run smooth for the 2 to 3 hours I'm on. But I've had a couple live streams where just everything kept going wrong. And yeah, like anybody, sometimes the gremlins are out and something goes wrong. Yes, thank you, Dino. The funny thing is, I don't remember if I even mentioned in my live stream last week, but it's been gone. The heart logo, the little live reactions thing has been off my stream for 2 weeks now. This is the third stream where it's been gone. And nobody noticed. Nobody mentioned it last week, like, hey, that heart icon right over the chat isn't here today. So I finally put out a video to show people that before you go live, how to disable it. I was hoping people would be happy with that. It's probably more annoying to us than... We're more annoyed than we should be because it's there, but it gets out of the way. We get rid of it. It gets out of the way. Okay, I want to see if I can get his lights back on. Dude, where are your lights? Bing. Bing. Okay, they're still on. Good. But that Rheingold, I do love that Rheingold. All right, I've been a multi-view. Let's start doing some of the close-ups. We got a couple of guys coming in the station at the same time, so we'll catch them coming around Dumb and Horse Station. Yeah, going a little fast there. I guess I should slow the Railjet down. The Railjet probably needs a bit of a tune-up because it does slow down going up the ramp nowadays. But that's a lot of cars to be... LGB is not to any scale. I thought they were technically G scale. I thought LGB was Märklin's G scale. And before we get into a semantics argument, let's go to the bridge view. Before we get into a semantics argument, okay, I know people argue gauge versus scale, all right? And the vast majority of things that are HO scale aren't truly 187. We get that. We know that. But still, technically, scale is the relationship of the size of the engine to its real counterpart. It's the ratio. And gauge is the size of the track. And that's probably more important when people talk about N gauge, where there are 3 different N scale sizes. You know, there's 1 to 148, 1 to 150, and 1 to 160, depending on whether you're doing Japanese, American, or UK. But in the end, LGB is just narrow gauge. Because anytime I look at Märklin's site, they advertise it as they have G scale, LGB stuff in G scale, and then there's narrow gauge. You know, they'll say this one is, well, I don't know what they call the G narrow scale. I know like HO, you have HOE and HOM. Oh, that's right, your coach trip is tomorrow. Right, well, that's what I assume is what he's saying. Ray, it's just, I think sometimes we get so bogged down in that, you know, technically most HO is an HO then, you know, because HO can be 187 or it can be all the way up to 1 to 100. But, you know, it's easier if we keep it simple. There's G scale, or at least, because you can't even call it G gauge because it's also, G gauge is also the same thing as, is it G gauge runs on once, G gauge and 1 gauge are on the same, or is it O gauge and 1 gauge run on the same track? Well, hello, hi, if I didn't see you coming in, but I guess you did just come in. So Siegfried's here, so we're going to get... Siegfried's another man who knows his stuff. Again, I just can only go by what I see on the magazines and websites. I don't run them, I just see them, and Märklin they're listed as G scale. You know, it's the same debate as to whether 3-rail is truly AC. But again, I can get 2 electricians in here, and I can get a guy from MIT who will argue it is, and a guy from JPL from the West Coast who will argue it isn't. All right, so if literal rocket scientists and neuroscientists can't agree, what am I going to do? Okay, yeah, so LGB and 1 scale run the same track. But I thought pretty much doesn't all G scale, this is where I'm asking, I thought all G scale basically ran on the same track as G and 1 ran on the same track. You're saying it's just LGB does that, and thus it classifies as narrow gauge, as Evo's saying. So I'm just going to stick to my happy little HO world and not worry about it. Oh, yeah, Evo, I understand that. I understand that. There are some things that are more true to scale, but it's the same thing. You know, I've got those Märklin OBB cars and the Roco OBB EC cars, ICEC cars, and the Roco ones are listed as true 187, and the Märklins are 1 to 95. They're both called HO, but clearly the Rocos are bigger. So that's true. One of them is not 1 to 87. But we still call them HO, both. How did model trains get so complicated? They started complicated. If anything, it's probably easier now than it was 100 years ago, when there weren't necessarily direct scales. Yes, EFO, your clear and clever eyes do spot new stuff. What camera can I bring those up on? I mean, I could technically bring them up on a lot of cameras, but Bridge view, I think, might show them best. Bridge view, where's bridge view? There's bridge view. Yeah, I got a special delivery from Bamberg. Okay. Out of the blue, I got a special delivery from Bamberg. And that's all I'm going to say about that. In fact, I was just starting to read an article that somebody wrote in a German magazine, and I didn't finish it, asking why does Märklin still choose to run 3-rail? Yes, Ifo, between you and Paul Bozeman, you have made that abundantly clear. I've already talked to Joyce. All right, what's another? That's a nice shot for my chintzy non-done layout, but that was still kind of a cool shot to see that long train coming around the bend there in front of all those buildings. Uh-oh, Circle of Doom. All right, let me see what's going on here. Oh, yippee. Ugh. Our internet is struggling. I'm hardwired into the internet, which means We've got storms going on, so something's affecting my internet outside. Sorry, guys. What can I do here? Can you guys hear me? Or am I completely gone?